DeKalb Tech have came along, and we kind of joined a partnership with them in training. As you know, they have that new police academy, and being since they just got started, we wanted to provide them with equipment that they could use in their department as well as in the academy.
This particular vehicle was equipped with the emergency police equipment already installed, so we could actually use it from day one when we received it going forward. And we've already used the car in the police academy, and we've also used it for daily service calls that, from the police agency here at DeKalb Tech. So we thank the city very much for providing that equipment. It's something that was both hands-on and we were able to use immediately. The police department thanks them.
Using this vehicle and with DeKalb College, it benefits all of us. We work together, and that's the main purpose of working together with our community. And with the college, it's a big asset to us, and we are glad that we can do it.
From the president's standpoint and from the administration, we appreciate county government and especially city of Clarkston donating materials like this and helping the college, especially in these tough economic times where our budgets have been cut and we have needs in many different areas, and especially this one with the police academy and our law enforcement division here at DeKalb Technical College. And we appreciate the mayor and the chief very much in thinking of us and donating so good.
Hey you guys, so I wanted to come on here and talk about the plight of James Robertson. So if you guys remember, about a month ago, a young 19-year-old boy found out about James Robertson's plight, and this man had been walking 21 miles to work every day for the past 10 years. He would walk, and no matter what the weather was, freezing cold weather, he would walk to where the bus was. He would take the bus, but he had to walk almost 21 miles to even get to a bus. He was staying in a rooming house. So when this story hit the net and when it hit the news, he got all this attention from the world press. People ended up donating $350,000 to a GoFundMe account that this young man set up for him, and he also got a brand new 2015 Ford Taurus. Evan Liddy was a young man who set up this page for him. He's also a young man who let the world know about James. So now that all this has come to light, now that the media has put in such a spotlight on James is feeling very, very threatened. James is scared, and he's now gone into hiding. He's saying that he needed to get away from his landlady and his so-called girlfriend, Tanya Fox, who's 60 years old. He's saying that he's been receiving a lot of death threats. People have been begging him for money. People have been harassing him nonstop since the story of his donations and the car that he received, since it went viral. So now the police have him in hiding. He has not received the money yet. He's supposed to receive it this week when he ends up meeting up with the 19-year-old Evan Liddy. They're going to get him a financial advisor and everything else. So I just found this whole situation just sad. Go ahead and check out this news clip. I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
Walking 21 miles to work for 10 years. But now, after a whirlwind week, James Robertson officially will not have to walk anymore.
Today, he became the owner of a brand new car in his favorite color. Fox 2's Amy Lang has more on the big moment.
A round of applause for a man who's totally overwhelmed. James Robertson looks as though he might cry as he checks out his new car, a gift from Suburban Ford in Sterling Heights.
How do you like it?
James says he doesn't just like it.
I love it.
Finally, a ride to and from work for a man whose Honda broke down 10 years ago. Since then, he's been taking buses and using his boots to get to his job in Rochester Hills from his home in Detroit and back again. 20 miles of walking every day. It's been a long time since he's had a car.
If you put your foot on the brake, put your foot on the brake, and if you push that button.
Last time James drove, cars actually had keys. Now he's just got a fob. As he listens to the purr of the engine, he's overcome with emotion and gratitude. It's so good to see him smile.
He actually started to, when we were sitting in the car, he almost started to cry
And, I'm like, James, you can't do that. You're going to make me cry, too.
It was incredible. I almost started crying. But, to see Sunday, my goal was to just get him in a beater, to get him from working back. I had a goal of $5,000 to raise.
Instead, Evan Leedy, a student at Wayne State, has raised more than $300,000 with his GoFundMe account. And the dealership has donated this brand new, beautiful Ford Taurus, exactly what James had wanted.
The reason why I picked the Ford Taurus is I remember the old Tauruses from the 80s. They never were this fancy or anything. But like me, they have a strong heart from the inside.
James sure has a whole lot of heart, and his story has resonated in the hearts of so many all over the world.
And I'd like to thank all the people who made all them contributions. You guys are the real heroes as far as I'm concerned.
Lots of heroes in this story. Banker Blake Pollock noticed James walking along Crooks Road and started giving him rides a year and a half ago. He's the one who got the story to the Detroit Free Press, and now he says James has to drive him.
I told him that, when he gets this car, I'm selling mine, and, I'm his responsibility now. Really, I'm glad he's going to have the independence that a car provides.
It's been quite a while since James has actually driven, and this car is pretty fancy. So they're going to go ahead and give him a ride to work in this vehicle and show him all the new technology. So after James gets his tutorial inside, he's off to work. His perfect attendance record intact, and his trip a whole lot nicer.
Whenever I step into it, it will remind me of where I've been and where I'm going right now.
In Sterling Heights, Amy Lang, Fox 2 News.
Alright, so you guys just watched the news clip, and what I find funny is that these same folks who had their damn hands out, who are harassing this man for money, who are begging him for money, who are threatening him, where were they when he was walking 21 miles for 10 years? Now, one person gave him a ride to work or from work. Nobody did anything until this young white boy met him and put this story out there. Now these same folks in his neighborhood got their hand out. That's why some folks, you have to be very mindful when your story gets out there. Sometimes you need to just get your money, count your blessings, and just move the hell on, get away from people. He's lived in this boarding house for the past 15 years. He had to leave his boarding room and go find another place. He can't trust the boarding lady. He can't trust his girlfriend. This whole situation is just really, really sad. It's almost like he received his blessing, but that blessing ended up being a curse as well. If I was him, now that he's been blessed with so much money, I think if he ends up investing that money properly, let's say he buys rental property, he becomes a landlord, he can make that money just from, renting properties to people and not ever having to work again. You know what I'm saying? I hope he's not the type who ends up blowing through his money. I definitely agree that he needs a financial advisor, because right now he has a brand new car that's paid off. He has $350,000. He can buy himself a nice, decent house somewhere down south for a lot cheaper, and then he can buy a rental property and rent that out, and make his money every month and not necessarily have to work. If he does work, he can just get like a regular normal job. He has a ride now to and from work. So he can definitely live off of this $350,000 if invested properly for the rest of his life. He can definitely flip it and make even more money than that $350,000. But again, it's all going to depend on what he ends up doing with everything. But I just find it sad, and I just find it a shame that folks are threatening this man and they got their hands out, wanting a piece of this man's pie. But like I said, when he was down and out, where were they at? That's the funny part about people. When you're starting to do good and you starting to shine and people see you out there, then you have so many folks who just come out the woodwork. But it's like, damn, where was you at when I was going through my struggles? Where was you at when I was depressed as hell? Where was you at when I didn't have a nickel to rub together? You wasn't there, but now that I'm doing well, now you want to come and enjoy my success. Now you want to come and enjoy my blessings. And I blame poverty for all this. If it wasn't for the poverty that's going on in Detroit, you wouldn't have a lot of folks coming at him the way that they're coming at him. But I just think it's really, really sad that he can't even be happy with his winnings and with his blessings, because so many folks have his hands out and this man is not receiving death threats based on the money that he's received from donations. So anyways, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire crazy story concerning James Robertson. How did you feel about this? Are you shocked about this story? Are you shocked about folks coming at him sideways for money? Did you know that this was going to happen? Let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Let me know your thoughts. All right, deuces.